What's up and welcome. This is me, you, and Switch 2. I'm me, Tom Tate, and you are you. So let's talk about Switch 2. This is your source for the latest Nintendo Switch 2 news. We're going to keep things short and sweet, 5 to 10 minute episodes every Tuesday and Friday. Today is Tuesday. It is August 26th. I hope that you had a great weekend. It is 7:31 a.m. Eastern Time. Let's get into it. So last episode, we covered Gamescom 2025. This event happens in Germany. It happened last week. A lot of great announcements. You can check that out on the previous episode. Each year, they give out awards. And this year, Mario Kart World won Best Nintendo Switch 2 Game, and Donkey Kong Bonanza won Best Gameplay for the whole show. So pretty high praise for Donkey Kong Bonanza. A lot of cool things happened at that show. A bunch of games that previously weren't playable were playable. So Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade was among the many games shown there. And John Linneman, he's from one of my favorite outlets, Digital Foundry, and they specialize in analyzing game performance. It's kind of their niche. And he was really happy with how that game played specifically. So here's the quote. If I had to guess, and I haven't been able to compare because we don't have footage, it's going to fall somewhere between the PS4 and PS5 versions. So we'll see if that holds true for the final game, but that's the sensation I got while playing it. The image quality was absolutely superb. Like, it looked really great. It matched the 1080p screen. And it was running at a pretty solid, I think, 30 to 40 frames per second. And the image quality was great. So good feedback from John Linneman. I was a big fan of Final Fantasy VII Remake on PS4. I played Rebirth on PS5. I did not play the Intergrade expansion. So I'm definitely considering double dipping and playing it again on Switch 2. We'll see what the price is when we finally get a release date. Digital Foundry also mentioned that a lot of developers are still having trouble getting dev kits. So John Linneman shared, we talked to a lot of devs at Gamescom this year, and so many of them said the same things. They want to ship on Switch 2. They would love to do Switch 2 versions. They can't get the hardware. It's really difficult now. So that's an interesting quote from John. We will see how that impacts the pipeline of third-party games, especially those cross-platform games, where some games that come to Xbox and PlayStation, they might have had a Switch 2 version, but the devs just couldn't get the hardware to produce. So we'll see. We also had a lot of quick game news this week, so I'll just run through a bunch of quick headlines. Suda51 wants to bring his next game, Romeo is a Dead Man, to Switch 2. They're testing right now to see if they can do this. So this game, I saw a trailer for this. This will definitely fill that kind of mature game, stylistic, violent niche if they can get it to Switch 2. So this might be an interesting take. Suda51 has a history of games showing up on Nintendo consoles, so hopefully this happens. Tokyo Game Show is coming up in September, and we learned this week that Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment will be playable on the show floor. So we caught a glimpse of this game at the Nintendo Partner Direct. We got a trailer, but no word on release date. Just coming soon. They said they'll announce more information soon, but we will hopefully see this in action in September. And speaking of Nintendo Directs, we've got another rumored Direct also coming in September. I'm not too surprised by this one. We need more details on some of the holiday releases like Metroid and Hyrule Warriors. So I'm expecting that we'll get a clearer view of what the first and third party holiday titles will look like, in addition to games like Air Riders, which we already know about. So hopefully that comes in September. And I wouldn't be surprised if we have another Direct that is a Metroid-specific Direct, right? Just like they did with Donkey Kong, Mario Kart, Air Riders. Just go deep into one specific game. So we'll see. We've got Chibi-Robo now live in the Nintendo Switch Online library in the GameCube section. Polygon deems this worthy of a replay. They did a good review. I will link to that review in the show notes if you want to check it out. Nintendo also released this week a kind of 15 to 20 minute Let's Play video of Donkey Kong Bonanza on their Play Nintendo YouTube channel. So I actually wasn't really familiar with this channel. I keep tabs on the official Nintendo channel, but here's the description. Hey, young gamers. Welcome to the Play Nintendo YouTube channel, the official Nintendo channel for kids and families. Here you will find game trailers, shows, and other fun videos featuring your favorite friends like Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Donkey Kong, Kirby, and so much more. So this channel, again, I didn't really know this existed. I probably stumbled upon it at some point, but they're really trying to get in front of that younger demographic, younger kids. If you have young kids, if you have a family, this might be interesting for you to check out. There is a fair amount of content on here, again, geared towards younger kids. And that Let's Play video, I watched maybe 30 seconds of it, right? But if you want to introduce Donkey Kong Bonanza to a younger player, younger gamer, this might be a good way. And finally, we are in the last week of August, last week of the month. If you can believe it, it'll be September before you know it. Speaking of families, those kids will go back to school. You will have some peace and quiet again, maybe some extra game time. We will see. We have 2 more big releases coming this month. First, Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar Nintendo Switch 2 Edition is launching tomorrow on August 27th. This is the spiritual successor to the Harvest Moon series. Story of Seasons was on Nintendo's handheld consoles. It was on the Nintendo Switch as well. This is going to be a $60 title with a $10 upgrade path if you have the Nintendo Switch 1 edition. So if you have the Nintendo Switch 1 edition, you can upgrade for $10. Kirby and the Forgotten Land Switch 2 edition plus Star-Crossed World, the expansion. This is going to be an $80 title with a $20 upgrade path. So if you own the Nintendo Switch 1 edition, you can get that additional Switch 2 edition with the upgrade for only $20. This is releasing this Thursday on August 28th. So both of these games are coming this week. I'm definitely getting that Kirby upgrade. So I will report back once I dive in. I mentioned before, my kids played through this game. It looks amazing. The new version looks amazing. I always wanted to play it. I just never picked it up. So this is a good opportunity for me to play it with some visual upgrades and some additional content. If you are enjoying the show, please be sure to subscribe. We should be wherever you get your podcasts. We're on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Pocket Casts. Links to all the things at switch2pod.com. I'm on social media, but not super active. I'm on Blue Sky at Switch2Pod, Instagram at Switch2Pod. A kind rating or review really goes a long way. A recommendation to a friend or a community goes even further. I want to thank you so much for your time and attention. I hope that you have an amazing week. I will be back on Friday. Much love. Now go play some games.